Welcome back, everyone. It's John from MBODY Yoga. If your hips feel tight, your hamstrings are calling for attention, or your back could use a little extra love, well, you're in exactly the right place. Today's soft flow class is beginner friendly, completely relaxing, and designed to help you feel more open from head to toe. We'll be using props, so you don't need to feel very flexible, so all you need to do is just show up exactly as you are. One of the reasons why I love today's featured pose, head to knee pose, is because it feels like multitasking in the best possible way. In one simple posture, you get a beautiful hamstring stretch, a gentle hip opener, and a soothing stretch through your entire back all at the same time. By the end of this practice, my promise is that you'll feel less restricted, more relaxed, and more connected to your body. If you're ready to move, just take a moment to like this video, leave me a comment too to let me know where you're practicing from, and subscribe so you don't miss any other future classes. Well, that's it. Roll credits. Let's begin our practice in seated. As you take your seat, just be sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Feel the length in your spine, and even feel free to close your eyes as we take some full deep breaths. Inhale completely, filling up your lungs, and exhale to empty. Just taking this opportunity to fully arrive in the space, to be here in the moment, to be fully present, ready for our practice together. Again, full breath in, exhale, release. So really going to be doing some relaxing today, holding one pose, head to knee pose. It's one of my favorites. But first, just getting into breath, getting a good sense of the sound of the breath. Let it resonate through your body. Not only the sound, but the feeling of the breath as it moves through you. We're using both of these things to really kind of sink in deep into our posture together. Good. Let's just add a simple movement here with our arms. We'll inhale, extend arms overhead. Big reach, full stretch. Exhale, extend your arms out and back down. Just adding a bit of movement here. Inhale, reaching out and up once again. Exhale, feel the energy in your body. A few more times. Inhale, reaching out and up, for the lengthening through the sides of your body. Exhale, let's go one more time together. Good. Even just a few circles of the shoulders here. All right, we like to warm up the spine, so let's come to our hands and knees. And of course, feel free to use any kind of padding like a blanket here to protect your knees and your wrists. So starting in this tabletop posture, our cat-cow flow. As we inhale, we tip the pelvis back, let the belly drop, heart opens as we inhale. Exhale, tuck the pelvis under, allow the curvature of the spine, and really feel the belly button pull up towards spine and chin to chest. And just continue this gentle flow, just warming up a little bit more. A good undulation of the spine, this rocking of the pelvis. And even remember this feeling of the rounded back in cat pose. As we get into head to knee pose, you'll have a similar sensation. And we'll get to hold it so you experience the full stretch of your back, which is quite nice. Good, a few more times here. Very good. And just return to a neutral tabletop posture after that last exhale. And just find stillness for a moment. That's all we'll really do for our warm-up. We're going to get right into our featured pose. So I'm going to keep my blanket here. and sit on the blanket, just something soft to sit on. And then you may want to use a strap. I have a block and even a bolster here, and I'll show you how you could possibly use those. So let's go ahead and unravel the strap. We're going to begin in what's called staff pose. So we're going to extend both legs here. Straightening the legs as best as you can, flexing the feet. Feel like your toes are coming back towards you. You want to sit up nice and tall. As you can see, my back is quite slouched here. So I'm just going to press down into the floor to help lift myself up. And just one added motion of rolling the shoulders back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and just feeling that activation in the upper back to help support. So we have upper back support, and we can also support from the low belly. And it's an exhale. Feeling the abdominal muscles contract. So just holding here for just a moment. So a staff pose, straight legs, activated body. Good, one more breath. And on the exhale, soften, relax. Alrighty, our featured pose, Janu Sirsasana. That's the Sanskrit name. So first, I'm just going to keep the right leg straight. Let's bend the left knee. So just be mindful of how bendy your knee is and even how this affects your hip. If you have a pretty comfortable bendable knee, then you may be able to bring this foot right up to inner thigh, but feel free to slide it down as much as you need to so there's maybe less tension or pressure in the knee. Now don't worry if the knee doesn't touch the ground. For me, it actually does touch the ground. Don't worry about it. That's how actually a prop can come in handy, like a block. And maybe just rest it underneath the knee, and so it just rests right there, okay? Alrighty, so my foot here is right at my knee. So we're going to keep this right leg straight here, keeping the foot flexed, but that we're going to assist that flexed foot with the strap. So let's get the strap around the foot here. This is a long strap, so I'm just wrapping it around my hands. Alrighty, Janu Sirsasana. So Janu refers to your knee. Shirsha is your head. So this is head to knee pose. Now, I kind of renamed the posture. When you think of head to knee, well, we think that your head needs to come right down to your knee. Well, that might be nearly impossible. I know it is for me. So I like to call this heart to toes pose, and I'll show you why. So first, as we inhale, we give a little tug of the strap to get nice and tall, just as we established in that staff pose, getting tall and lengthened through the spine. On the exhale, a little tug of the strap, and with the leading of the heart and chin, we're moving out towards the toes. So moving very gently and not going very far at all. So I'm going to pause right here for a moment, taking a few breaths. I'm already feeling the dynamic of this position. I can feel this straight leg get a nice stretch, especially in the hamstrings. Again, I'm going to inhale, a little tug of the strap, get a little bit more length in the upper body, even at this angle, and then exhale another tug of the strap, leading with the heart out towards the toes. So again, my renamed posture, heart to toes pose. Now you can say just like this, but since we're going to be holding this for a little while, I'm actually going to release the strap here. Bring my hands or fingertips to the floor. Lower the chin and even allow the back to round. This is going to create a little bit more space in the body so that you can slowly, carefully go a little lower and deeper. So same breath foundation. Breathing in, lengthening, exhaling, folding. Or imagine you're going forward, and as you go forward, you'll automatically come down. Now, I'm just going to move this block for now. And here you'll be able to experience that multitasking aspect of this pose. We've already mentioned the hamstring stretch of the extended leg. Because this left knee is bent, we're getting a great hip opener. And because we just lowered the chin, allowed the back to round, you get a nice stretch through your back. Now, let's say you're going to hold this for quite some time. Then you may want to keep that block or even just a pillow or something underneath this bent knee. If you want to have your upper body much more relaxed, you can get something like a big bolster or a couple of pillows, a big cushion, and kind of just drape yourself over. Something like this. And take some deep breaths. That way you can just settle into the posture and allow the body just to take over as far as that hamstring stretch, hip opener, and the back stretch. I'll just mention one more thing. In case it gets uncomfortable for the extended leg to get uncomfortable because it is too straight, then you may want to bend that knee, maybe tuck something underneath. That could be maybe a rolled up towel. Okay, a block might feel a little bit too harsh here. Maybe something soft, again, like a pillow or a rolled up towel. I'm just going to spend about 2 more breaths here, just knowing that you can hold these positions for a long time. Gain all these wonderful benefits from this multitasking posture. All right, coming out of the pose, just notice where you are first. If the back is rounded, we're going to start by lifting the chin, maybe looking out past your foot or the front edge of your mat. That will start the re-extension of your spine. If you're still holding onto your strap, just release the strap and just press your hands into the ground and help lift yourself up until you're nice and tall. You might even assist this left knee coming up and then extend the leg and just coming back to a more neutral position. That's back to that staff pose. So I'm just going to hold here for a moment. You can reactivate. A couple breaths. Nice realignment. And then soften. Let's just go ahead and get right into the other side. Janu Sirsasana, head to knee pose, or heart to toes pose. So now I'm just going to keep the left leg extended, bending the right knee, placing it in a place that's most comfortable for your joints, especially the knee and your hip. I'll bring my block on this side. Let's get the strap around the foot. And we want to start with a straight spine and a straight leg as best as you can. So inhale, tugging on the strap, getting tall. Exhale, another tug of the strap, sending your heart forward, out toward your toes. Just a little bit at a time until you can feel that initial stretch, because I already feel this. Straight leg, straight spine, you're going to feel this. And then inhale, more lift, more length. Exhale, dipping a little bit more. Pausing for a moment, and then as you continue to breathe and be here, then you can make that transition to make a little bit more space in the body. Releasing the strap if you'd like, placing hands on the ground, lowering your chin, rounding your back, and carefully going a little deeper. Feel free to bring in other props, something to tuck underneath the straight leg, or a bolster or a pillow for the upper body, just to hold here. This is why it can be a nice relaxing pose, because you can just hold here. You really don't have to hold yourself up in a posture like a standing position or a balancing posture. And with the assistance of a prop like this, the body just relaxes. You can just release. And we're targeting parts of the body that hold a lot of tension. Hamstrings, they tend to get pretty tight. Hips for sure. And don't forget about your back. So this is wonderful for your back. And if you can take slow, deep breaths, settling into the position, feeling the body relax, then the body's really going to easily respond to the holding of this pose. Now again, you're welcome to hold these poses as long as you'd like. You really gain the full benefit of the pose. So for the nature of this class, we'll just take 3 more breaths and slowly come out. Alrighty. What I like to do after finishing a round of breath, just take a pause and just kind of get a sense of where you are in this very moment, and then start making those transitions. So if you've got some props, you just want to start sending those to the side. Back is rounded, so just lifting the chin, looking out in front of you, helping to re-extend the spine a bit. More assistance of your body, rising by pressing hands into the floor, rising up until you're nice and tall. I'm even going to assist this right knee and extend the leg. One more staff pose. Push down to lift up. Lengthening, inhale, exhale, connect. One more time. Good. From here, you may just lie right down into Shavasana, just continuing that relaxation and meditative aspect of the exercise that we just went through. You might even come up to seated for a moment of silent meditation. So we'll end our practice here in seated. Nice full breath in, complete breath out. Just add a movement. Inhale, reaching out and up. And exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart. Taking one more breath in and out here. And as we come to the close of this practice together, we bow, saying, Namaste. Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.